Hello everyone. I'm sure you find these episodes useful, and I do believe that it will make a difference in your life. In the last episode, I said I will share with you what is the mindset of an Olympian. Now, in the future episodes, I'm going to discuss more and more about NLP concepts, some techniques, some skills which will be useful to you to implement your dreams in life. I'm going to start this episode with one quotation or one concept which changed my life, which is called Patanjali's Yoga Sutra. Now, yoga is not just breath control, or it's not a set of few exercises. Patanjali was supposed to be the founder of the yoga. He came out with this wonderful concept, which I'm going to read it out, and as I read, you will also have it in the screen, and of course I will upload it on my website. You can download it, so that each line is important. In our future episodes, I'm going to discuss the relevance of each words. When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds. Your mind transcends limitations, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great and wonderful world. Your dormant forces, your faculties and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. This is a very interesting and very powerful quotation. The question is, you should be inspired by some great purpose, extraordinary purpose. Later on, I'm going to discuss with you what are called Mount Everest projects. Mount Everest projects. What are breakthrough issues? The question is, are you inspired? Your mind has to be inspired. If your mind is inspired, your mind becomes energetic, and your mind gives you physical strength, stamina. Then all your thoughts will break their bounds. Now, your thoughts, your limitations will break their bounds, and your consciousness will expand in every direction. You will start looking around for people, resources, help, mentors, guides. And you will find in yourself a new, great and wonderful world. Later on, we are going to talk about visualization skills, constructive visualization skills. You will live in your dream world. You will start living 5 years from now. How will I be? Now, that type of a mindset. And your talents, your dormant forces, skills and talents will become alive, and you will discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever even dreamed yourself to be. I used to give the example of Mahatma Gandhi. Mr. M.K. Gandhi became Mahatma Gandhi. But if you read the life history of Mahatma Gandhi, at his student days, at his school days, the type of personality that Mahatma Gandhi had was not there, but maybe it was evident somewhere. The day he had an extraordinary project to get freedom for this country, then his hidden powers came alive. Keep this in mind. I'm now going to discuss with you 8 mindsets which an Olympian has. First of all, determination. 100% committed for his goal. There is a difference between commitment, there is a difference between involvement, participation. No, these are all words, but commitment means you are willing to sacrifice. Now, commitment makes you determined. That means an Olympic player will have his eyes set on the standards required, and he will not rest until he reaches that level. So, first of all, determination. The second one is strength. It is not just physical strength, it is the mental strength, the stamina required. Now, in my executive seminars or in my student programs, people come and ask me, sir, I want to become a music composer, but my parents are discouraging me, my wife is discouraging me, my colleagues are discouraging me. The question is, do you have the mental strength? Yes, 100 people will tell you 100 things, but are you going to be focused? Are you mentally prepared? Now, success is not for fickle-minded people. Please understand this. So the second one is mental strength. The third one is hard work. Hard work. It is not just the number of hours of work that you are doing. It is the focused hard work. It is the number of hours of work with a focus in mind. And I have already given some time back SMART, that is specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. Right? Now that type of a mindset. So hard work means you keep the end in mind. Do you know what is that you want to reach at the end of the day? Do you know what is that you want at the end of the week? Do you know a month's agenda in place? Do you have it in place? I want to give an example. The other day in this very hall, there was a glass window. I saw a bee was struggling to come out, get out of the room. The bee was going and hitting against the glass for nearly 10-15 minutes. It was becoming very, very tired. But just a few feet away from where it was hitting, there was a window, there was an opening. If the bee had done 1/10 of its effort, going away from the closed window, glass window to that hole, the bee would have escaped. So it is not just hard work. Now I have come across students who say, I read till 2 o'clock in the morning, get up at 4 o'clock. Well, it's fine. It's okay. Hard work is required. But the question is it a productive time that you are spending? If you look at the schedule of an Olympic player, it is so packed with activities, but each one of them has a relevance to what he wants to achieve. The third work is motivation. You have to be driven by a cause. This is where the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra becomes very, very important. But are you driven by an extraordinary cause? Dedicated to somebody, dedicated to the country, dedicated to your parents, dedicated to your beloved, and see what happens. The fifth one is ability to deal with adversities. You will have adversities. Now that means it says difficult or an unpleasant situation. Yes, as you are working, as you are doing business, you will come across loss. Are you willing to bounce back? Do you have the resilience? The sixth one is optimistic and having a positive frame of mind. Now, recently I came across an interesting newspaper news about one of the greatest leaders of this country, Narendra Modi, right, is taken as a role model these days. Now, normally, this example, metaphor used to say whether the glass is half full or half empty. I saw a photograph of Narendra Modi with the half glass. He says, for me, the glass is always full, half with water and half with air. So where are you looking at is very, very important. And the seventh is very important, a strong focus. Are you focused in your mind? Later on in our episodes, I'm going to discuss with you what is a disturbed mind, what is a distracted mind, and what is a focused mind. Your focus is absolutely necessary. Eighth, the last but not the least, is high stress and tolerance, willing to fail and still bounce back. Take the play of a person like Tendulkar or a big tennis player. They are willing to face the challenge of failure. In front of thousands of audience, they are willing to fail, but still they are willing to bounce back. I have a very, very interesting story about focus. What type of quality of focus you need. Wait for my next episode. I promise I will try to make a difference in your life. See you in my next episode.